It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be
forward.
like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Hi everyone, my name is Lishay Carlson, 22 years of age, and I'm an editor for Street Talk TV.
I'm Rushanda Pesco. I'm the chairperson of the Menenberg Safety Forum. I'm an activist against crime and violence on the Cape Flats.
My name is Murida Dean. I'm the director of an organization called Use of Quietness, and I specialize in victim support because I've been volunteering at SAPS for 22 years.
My name is Yasin Johar, 29 years old. I'm jointly coordinating the Annual Park Camp.
My question to you guys is, what has been the biggest challenge that you faced in your community, like during this pandemic?
Well, in the community of Annual Park, the challenge that we are facing during this pandemic, I'll say on the grounds, basically almost every aspect of social life, we're seeing that social ills is escalating, despite seeing the crime stats. What I've seen on the crime stats and presented to me, different on the grounds. It's as if things is just getting worse. Whether it is crime, whether it is the poverty, the lines that is people queuing for food is becoming longer, and it seems as if those able to make decisions in the best interest of of the Western Cape or South Africa in general. They're not considering the general people, and the decisions made is affecting us. We're seeing many are losing their jobs. We're seeing more and more people struggling, and we're seeing less of assistance coming through generally. So overall, what I can say is that I'm not sure where we're heading towards as a community, and but definitely the conditions is just worsening as time is going on.
This morning, the first thing when I opened my phone yet again was the reluctance of police not wanting to do their work. The guy was caught robbing the store owner, and the security and the people took him to the police station, not wanting to take the law into their own hands. And the police just let him walk. And so that is becoming, it's escalating not only to certain spaces. It's like everywhere police has taken non-interest in any crime activity of stopping it. And so, yes, to a certain extent, I can understand it's a partnership between the people and the police, but currently the people are the only people that are playing the role. The police are not as per their job description available to the people.
Ms. Murida, what's your take on that?
Look, I have mixed emotions on this because firstly, our leaders have a battle. It's like you're walking with a 50 kg cement on your shoulders, thinking, how am I going to feed those that is in need? That is the one thing. The other thing is crime is rising all the time. And yes, I go with what Rushanda is saying about the police, but you know what? There are some police officers that really do their work. And then they are being threatened by our gangsters out there. I can give you an example. 3 weeks ago, I was woken up 7 o'clock in the morning with a call, Burida, where's your son? Now, my son is a police officer. They got the message that the gangsters wants to shoot him. There was 80,000 on his head because he was doing his work. He got in 13 guns within a space of 3 months. Now, that is what you sit with. Do I do my work? What do I do? How do we protect this guy now being at risk? And then the other thing also is our community. Some of our communities, yes, they are in need, but some of them are just blatantly rude. It's as if they have a sense of, I must get. Our lines for feeding is becoming longer. We have 4 areas that we feed, but there's one certain area, and it's an informal settlement where you get women that stand in the line. They say they need so many containers with food because it's their family. They walk away, and the they walk away saying, "Ek frit sommer die op, almal die kos." I mean, how do you do it? You want to be there for everybody, and you need to distinguish is how do we handle these people with their behavior problems.
On that note of gangsters and gangsterism and stuff, I wanted to ask, have any of you experienced any gang violence personally?
You know, I have my personal experience, and that is where my forte, where I work very closely with, especially when it comes to gangs. I also work with an organization, the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime. So I'm looking at this gangsters, and I'm looking at people, and I look at it at a holistic way, and I cordon it down to, for me personally, we are at the brink of no return when it comes to our judiciary system, to crime, to violence, something that our state have allowed to happen. Latching on to what Yasin has said earlier, with the social fabric that has broken down in the community. Now there's different levels of that. If I look specifically in my case, being in safety now, I'm in safety, but I'm not in safety where the state has put me in safety after being a state witness. The state has given me nothing. But people are under assumption that the state has given me, are giving me and my family safety after they've been shot at my house for being a state witness. And this is the danger that we are walking. We're sitting with the judiciary system. Out of 100 witnesses, state witnesses, I can tell you, I think for the most, only 2 people or 2% of that would survive. That is how the state has forgotten to serve its people. That is how dangerous our lives as crime resistors, as crime fighters are. Even the police in itself are part of the hit that was taken out on me. That is how dangerous it is. And then, besides that, coming to Morida's point, you have our own colleagues doing this job, also selling us out. So the total breakdown of trust. Now, who do I blame? I can't blame anybody. I blame the system that systematically over the years, and we can deny it and we can accept it, but over the years, coming from colonization, apartheid, all those transitions, the one thing all those transitions have in common is violence. Violence that have over the years manifested, and even the perpetrator today is not right in his head. There's a mental instability in our people. And so when we want to address this, or we want to fix it, we cannot address the symptom, because the symptom is the raper, the shooter. That is a symptom. We must go back and address the underlying thing that has created and are motivating this crime and violence that we are facing today, and not put a plaster on it. We can't put a plaster on it, because putting a plaster on it, you're still enabling it.
That's very, very powerful what you just said, Mr. Kshanda. I agree with a majority of the things also that you mentioned there. Yassine, have you ever been, have you experienced something, gang violence personally?
You know, Lachey, I think as a community from Hanover Park, we experience gang violence every day. You don't need to go far. You can basically ask anyone. On average, we have about 50 shots going off in Hanover Park daily. And to witness that, you know, it's a murder almost every second day. Not too long ago, we had double murders, a shooting of innocent kids, innocent children, and it's going out of hand, and it's very ridiculous. And at the end of the day, whether it is innocence, whether it is the gangster themselves, but it comes back to the fact that we are all human beings, and it's a life taken. And with regards to what is being done to the situation, we're seeing nothing. We're not seeing any extra measures taking or groupings coming into, you know, to initiate some sort of peace or anything. So we are dealing on average, you know, and on average with that amount of shots going off, one leaving the house, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to school, it's as if you were a soldier in the army leaving for battle because you're not sure if you're going to come home.
It is terrible, guys. We need to work out a plan for the way forward, because it is just not Hanover Park, it is just not Manenberg, it is just not Lavendale. It is all over the show. Nobody is eliminated out of the space of gang violence. If it happens, you're on the wrong place, you get shot. What do we do for our people? It is so sad. Sometimes I sit and I pray and I ask God, what is the meaning of this?
We have amazing people in our community fighting the real fight on the grounds. And at the end of the day, it's difficult because we are on our own as a community. We are not getting that extra support now with the pandemic. It's not something new. The situations that is happening in the social isn't something new that just came about with the pandemic. But basically what just happened was it magnified the situation that was always there, whether it got to do with the health, whether it got to do with policing, whether it got to do with our schooling systems. It's as if every sphere is just basically it's crumbling. And if we're not going to do something about it, we're just heading in for a train smash.
So looking at me, I can tell you one thing. This is my experience. My own colleague said it's good for her because of the attitude that I have, because of speaking out, because of being vocal. And I've taken this position of not being silent anymore, and I will keep on saying, and I will keep on fighting and resisting, because I know as much as we want to deny it, all of us, even the policemen, are a victim of an oppressive system that have not looked after its people for many years.
My dream is for us colored communities to all stand together.
My dream is to kick off the House of Hope.
My dream is to see our youth prosper a lot.
My dream is to have unity within our areas. With unity, we can't go wrong.
Yeah, Z, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.